generation, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumping. What is up? I'm ready for all you.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Watching you find. Here I come. Check 37. Check 37.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Hey, we're good.
From the 22, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Jahan, 180. 54. Watch the curl.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They'll run for it with Cook. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They try again with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff, you go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it? Or is it a time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll take this one. Near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
We're going to 53. Hey, watch it. Undercross. 26.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
Tight dog. Check the backers. Kill. Turn it up. Here we go. Going to 54. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Check. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the curl.
On 2nd down, Cook. Finding room at the 30. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Push him back. Watch him 50.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He's going to get it running right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing. No pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On second down now, it's Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Check, check. First down. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. Check. Set. So we're going to 53. No. Chance. You go tight.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They'll run it with Elliott. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Here we go. Switch. Listen.
First down. Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Antoine Woods drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't? Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bailey's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Then we're going to 53. Then we're going to 53.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm on. Check out.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Mike, 55, check.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he finds Austin complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
First down.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Third and long for Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Line out! Here we go. Check.
From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right?
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught. Cooper. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool him and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. Out to his left. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing. Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Following a good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. 33-yard line.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Right here.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the out...
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody gon' want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back,